Hawkeye, hello nation, stand up and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the fastest Hot Wheel. This is episode 4. So, my question to you guys, are we going to see some records broken today? Are we going to see a new fastest speed of 471? And are we going to see a new average speed of 465? Those are the numbers we're after today. We got some good cars. I'm ready to race. Hopefully you guys are too. But before we get started, do yourself a favor, subscribe, ring that bell, become part of the Hawkeye Holler Nation today. Your home for adult diecast racing here in the 515. Now, without further ado, let's race some Hot Wheels. As always, 20 Hot Wheels are lined up today. We got the average calculator out, all the cars listed. We got Remy here. So each car will get 3 runs down the super stretch through the speed trap, and we will get an average number from that. So let's go ahead and get our first car out. As always, we will have a podium after this, a first, second, and third place car, and of course, an honorable loser. Up first, you got the Fairlady 2000. So far, the Fairladies have been pretty slow. I thought they'd be a little bit quicker, but let's pick it up. Go. 431, nice. 431 for the first run. That's not bad at all, especially for the Fairladies. Let's go. 449, wow. So far this car has some great speed in it. One more final time for the Fairlady. Here we go. Let's see what kind of speed it's gonna put down. A 428. So the Fairlady did really well. 431, 449, and then a 428. Let's see what we get. Gonna get a 436 average. Our first car starts it out strong with a 436. Coming up next, you got Carbide. All right, so the Fairlady started us off with a 436. Carbide, you're up second. Let's go. 447, nice. Great first run from Carbide. All right, run number 2 coming up. Here we go. 445. He can get one more 440 run. He should take first place. All right, final time for Carbide. Here we go. 444. So Carbide had an amazing run. Started out great, 447, 445, and then 444. We get a 445 average. That is enough for first place right now. But coming up next, you got the Nissan 300Z. All right, the Nissan's about to do its first run. Here we go. 443. Can't go wrong with a 443 average. Well, 443 first run. I mean, a 443 is nothing to sleep on. Let's see if he can do it again. Go. 442. He's going to need to pick it up a little bit if he wants first. All right, here we go for one final time for the Nissan. Go. 441. So the Nissan really had a good run. 443, 442, and a 441. And we get an average of 442, enough for second. Next you got the gold Corvette C7 Z06. So far we've had some fast runs today. Don't disappoint me, Corvette. Go. 439. 439's all right, but it's not the best. Let's see if the Corvette picks it up or slows it down a little bit. It's going to be interesting. Corvettes are usually pretty slow here. Go. 398. Oof, he went down a lot. Nearly 40 miles an hour that second run. One final time for the C7 Z06. Here we go. 417. So the gold Corvette was all over the place. 439, a 398, and a 417. And we get a 418 average. That's enough for last. Here's a car that doesn't seem to disappoint. Project Speeder's coming up next. One of the fastest Hot Wheels so far. They've made Podium before. Even though it was a tie, it still counts. Go. 456! Oh my gosh, a 456. That's so fast. I mean, it's not 471, but 456. That is a blistering speed. He's on par for Podium. Go. 435. He dropped a little bit. All right, 435. Needs to pick it up if he wants Podium. All right, one final time for Project Speeder. Can he get Podium? 453. So Project Speeder had an amazing run. 456, 435, and a 453. We get an average of 448. That is enough for first place. Project Speeder barely edges out Carbide by 3 miles an hour. He's top dog right now. All right, Hawkeye Holler Nation, we are a quarter of the way through 20 Hot Wheels. If you're enjoying this content, definitely drop a like down below. It helps your boy out. Coming up next, you got Monte Racer. Not gonna lie to you, Hawkeye Holler Nation, this has been one of the fastest 20 packs so far in just the first 5 cars. Go. 432. 432 isn't bad. Needs to pick it up a little bit. I mean, 432, it is fast, but it's not that fast. Go. 431. Oh, went down. Goal right now is to stay out of last place. And one final time for the Monoracer. Here we go. 429. All right, the Monoracer did pretty poorly, honestly. 432, 431, and then a 429. We get a 431 average. Right now, that's last place. I'm just kidding, Hawkeye Holler Nation. The Corvette's still in last. Up next to the fastest Hot Wheel, we got the Mercedes-Benz A-Class. All right, here we go for the little Benz. Look for this one to be semi-fast. Go. 428. Oh, maybe I was wrong. We may have a fight for last place. 428 is really slow. Man, I thought the Mercedes would be a little bit quicker. Go. 427. It sounds like he's dragging a wheel almost. I don't think it's going to be last place, but you never know. All right, one more run for the little Mercedes. Can he stay out of last place? 425. So the little Mercedes did all right. 428, 427, and a 425. He will definitely not be in last because he has a 427 average. 427 isn't nothing to slouch over, but it's not the best. Up next on the fastest Hot Wheel, you have Carbonic. Been a lot of rumors flying around that this car is here to break a record. My question is, can he do it, or is it all just talk? Go. 444. Right, is he going to go up or down from here? Really thought Carbonic would be in the 450s. I was wrong. Go. 443 went down. I mean, at that rate, he could still get Podium. And one final time for Carbonic. Here we go. 422. Wow, way down. Dang, I thought Carbonic, I don't know what happened that final run.
Started out great with a 444 and a 443, then dipped to a 422. It gives him a 436 average. And that 436 average will not be enough for Podium. Up next, you got my favorite licensed models from Hot Wheels. That's the Jaguar Project A. It's got that low-hanging splitter that's definitely going to drag. He's also running the Trap 5s. Oh boy, that's a dangerous combination. Go! 381. Ooh, not the kind of run you want to see from this car. Man, I was not expecting to see my Jag do so poorly. 381 is bleh. Go. 439, he picked it up a lot. The game is just to stay out of last place. The Jag have one more decent run. Here we go. 438. So the Jag started out so bad at a 381. He then rebounded to a 439 and a 438. That gives him a 419 average. And that is 1 mile an hour quicker than last. So Team Jag Project A can breathe a sigh of relief. They're not the loser. Coming up next on the fastest Hot Wheel, you got the Monte Carlo. Still looking to see a record broken. Can the Monte Carlo do it? He's big and heavy. Go. 417. 417 isn't bad, but he needs to pick it up. All right, 417 for the first run. What's he gonna do on run number 2? Go. 436. One final run for the Monte Carlo coming up next. I think that Monte Carlo is finally getting some wheels under him. He's getting some speed. Let's see what he does on his final run. Go. 435. Monte Carlo did pretty well. 417, 436, and then a 435. Gets an average of 429. Far from Podium, but also far from last place. He's somewhere right in the middle. 10 cars down, 10 cars to go. Hawkeye Holler Nation, if you would like to help support the channel, I do have 3 tiers of Patreon memberships. They are linked down below. It does help keep the show on the road. I also have YouTube memberships. And you guys can also find my Teespring store linked down below. All right, coming up next, it's time for Audacious. Run number 1 coming at you from Audacious. Here we go. 433. Lots of these cars are staying in the mid 400s. That's what you like to see here. Can Audacious pick it up on lap 2? Here we go. It's a 432. They're staying very consistent with their run. That's very good. Final run from Audacious coming up next. Here we go. 451. Nice. Audacious had an up and down run. Started out in the mid 400s, 433, 432. Then he really stood on it for the final run at a 451. That gets him a 439 average. That 439 is not enough for Podium, but dang, he was so close. Coming up next on the fastest Hot Wheel, you got Monoracer. Tell you what, if any of these cars breaks the 470 record, I'm probably gonna scream. Go. 449. First run for Monte Racer. Run number 2 coming up next. Here we go. 448. Consistent, that's what you need to do. Final run from the Monoracer coming up next. Here we go. 447. Monoracer had a smooth, consistent run, 449, 448, and then a 447. gets a 448 average. 448 average is a tie for first place currently. If we do not have a car unseat these two right here, Monoracer and Project Speeder, we will have to have a tiebreaker. You cannot tie for first, but you can tie for second and third. Coming up next, you have 16 Angels. Honestly, looking for this car right here to take first place. Here we go. 445. Step it up big time if he wants podium. 445 was pretty good. I'm curious to know if he's going to go up or down from here. Go. 444, he went down. One final run. One final run for 16 Angels. Here we go. 423. Wow, what a dip. And I had higher hopes for 16 Angels. Started out great, 444, 445, and then we get a 423. So that means we get a 437 average. And that is not enough for podium at all. You just saw the convertible run. Now it's time for the hardtop. You got the Corvette C7 Z06. All right, here we go. Let's see if this Corvette has what it takes. Go. 422, slow. You want to see, but I think he's just warming up. But then again, he is running that low splitter. Those definitely hurt here in this kind of competition. Go. 421. Desperately needs to pick it up. Those are slow numbers. One to go. One final time for the C7 Z06. Go. It's a 459. Wow. See, these little cars, you need to warm them up before they can put down a blister of a lap. 422, 421, and then a 459. We had a 434 average. It's definitely not podium worthy, but he did all right. All right, Mock Speeder, you're up next. Mock Speeder was pretty fast last time. Let's see what this one can do. Because you know what they say, not all Hot Wheels are made the same. Go. 418. All right. Thick boy, slow him down a little bit. Run number 2 coming from Mock Speeder. Here we go. 418 was his last run. Let's see what he does this one. 397. Yikes. You need a battle for the podium, not for last. Final run from the Mock Speeder. Here we go. Goodbye. 436. Now that's what you call up and down. 418, a 397, then a 436. We had a 417 average. 417 average just seated him in last place. All right, Hawkeye Holler Nation, we are down to our final 5 cars. Here we go. For this one to be fast, got the Lancia Delta Integrale. All right, are we going to see a new record with this car? It's one of the fastest in my fleet. Go. 455. Come on, pick it up, pick it up. All right, 455. You know, that's not bad. He could at least contend for first. Go. 453. Right, one final run coming up next. All right, here we go. One final run for the Lancia. Go. 452. Definitely by far the fastest run of the day from the Lancia. 455, 453, and a 452. We get a 453 average. That's first place. Coming up next, you got the Greatgat Speed. I'm very interested to see on how well this car will do. I'm curious. Let's go. 451, nice. 450s, he could battle for first. Let's see if the Greatgat Speed can pick it up on lap 2. Go. 449. Slowed down a little bit, but we got one run to go. Final run for the Greatgat Speed. Let's see what kind of speed he has. Here we go. 448. Greatgat Speed did a lot better than I thought he would. 451, 449, and a 448. We get a 449 average. That is enough for second place. We now have a two-way tie for third. All right, one of the fastest of them all, Bone Shaker. You're next. Not every Bone Shaker is created equal. Let's see how well this one does. Go. 447. Definitely slow for a Bone Shaker. See how well he does on the next two runs. It's looking like we are not going to see a record broken today. Man, really thought we would. Go. 465, he's getting close. 465 was the fastest single run of the day. All right, one final run for Bone Shaker. The last run was a 465. Go. 444 again. Man, that was another 444 run we saw from a car. Bone Shaker did really, really good. Oh man, Bone Shaker did really well. 447, 465, and a 445 gets him a 452 average. That's enough for second. He missed first place by 1 mile an hour. Dang. There are two cars left. Up next, you have the 55 Chevy. Don't really know how well the 55 is going to do, but dang, I'm just excited to see it go down the track. Go. 360, yikes. Nah, it's not built for speed, it's built for looks. All right, 360 was the first run. What's he gonna do on run number 2? Go. Oh, 370, picked it up a little bit. 2 300 runs in a row, you're looking at last. Man, we've had a lot of old school cars get that last place position. The El Camino, the GTO. All right, here we go for the 55 Chevy, final run. 370 again. Mark this as a day though when you saw two of the same runs back to back. All right, 55 Chevy. Let's see how you do. All right, 360 and two 370s. Get an average of 367. That is definitely last place by a lot. Here we go, our final car of this 20-pack for the fastest Hot Wheel episode 4. You got the Kona Yesko. We know this car is fast on the King of the Hills, but how fast is it really? Here we go. 439 speed I expected from this Yesko. 439, man, really thought it would be in the 440s. Go. There it is, 458. All right, 458, that's what I'm talking about. One to go. Final time for that Kona Yesko. He got a 458 that second run. How's he gonna do on the third? Go. 457. Car, the Kona Yesko did pretty all right. Thought he would do a little bit better. 439, 458, and a 457. We had a 451 average. All right, was that 451 average enough for podium? Let's find out. Let's take a look at our podium. All right, Hawkeye Holler Nation, the numbers are in. Let's go ahead and take a look at our podium. Coming in first place, you got the Lancia Delta Integrale, who put down a blistering 453 average. Very fast, but not a record. Second place goes to Bone Shaker at a 452 average. Very close race. This was a very close race for podium. Mile an hour difference between all three of these cars. In third place is the Kona Yesko, gets a 451 average. That has to be one of the closest battles we've seen yet on the fastest Hot Wheel. And of course, let's not forget about our honorable loser. That is the 55 Chevy, who had a 367 average.
All right, Hawkeye Holler Nation, another episode of the fastest Hot Wheel in the books. I cannot wait until episode 5 next week. Now, these cars will be back later this week for Race Wars. I'm excited. We saw which one of these cars is the fastest, but can they also become a Race Wars champ? Because my Dodge Viper is waiting. So I'm excited to see which one of these cars will take on the Viper for the Race Wars crown. It's going to be interesting. I think that Lancia has something to say, but I think that Koenigsegg Jesko was really sleeping on this competition. He'll be back for Race Wars. Anywho, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button down below. Drop those comments. Most of all, make sure you're subscribed, have that bell rung, become part of the Hawkeye Holler Nation today. If you'd like to help support the channel, I have merch, Patreon, and YouTube memberships linked down below. And if you're into energy drinks, I'm also a Raised ambassador. You can find my link down below. Anywho, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time here at the Holler. Peace, love, and Hot Wheels. Bye.